So now that you learn how to lengthen the diaphragm through exhalation, now you're able to sit, exhale, and get into this nice slouch position. But every time you try to breathe in, you end up arching your back, you're feeling tension in your back, and the breathing in just doesn't feel very good. This is likely what's going on. Likely, you're just unable to bring the air into the backside of your ribs. Now, when we breathe, we can breathe into the front of the chest, bottom of the ribs here, and we also can breathe into the bottom of the ribs on the back, and top of the ribs in the back as well. Sometimes we're very good at breathing through this space, but not very good breathing through the back. So this is the strategy that we use to get people to open up this backside using their breath. So if you can imagine, all we're gonna do with this movement is to close down this front side of the ribs here. And when we breathe in, we're gonna have no choice but to allow the air to go towards the back side of our body. So you're gonna sit at the edge of your chair, you take your hands like this. You're gonna go ahead and let your head drop down. When your head drops down, it's gonna pull a little bit more, it's gonna create a little more tension through the entire back, and that's fine. You're gonna take an inhale, exhale fully, let these ribs depress down. And as you slouch further down, you might start to feel some tension developing through your entire backside. Stay into that tension. Take a nice gentle, silent inhale through your nose. And what you might find is some of the air start migrating up towards the backside, expanding those ribs and letting those muscles relax. And then you exhale. And as you exhale, allow yourself to go deeper, but don't push it past pain. If you can't get down to the ground and palm the floor or put your fingertips on the floor, do so. Okay, I want you to pause this video right now. I want to give yourself 2 to 5 minutes on a timer, and I want you to practice this move, okay? Put your hands down and just go ahead and work on that breathing. Go back a couple minutes here. If you need some more help with instructions, go ahead and do this thing, and then come back and unpause the video. Okay, welcome back. So you've done it, congratulations. How's that feel for you? If you're someone that goes and say, yeah, I'm doing this, but I'm feeling a lot of tension in my back, it feels awful. Now this could be some tightness that's occurring in our pelvic floor. Now, I'm gonna show you a little model here. This is your pelvis. And when we slouch over this way, we want our pelvis to be able to do something like this. All right? If you look over here, this is where our pelvic floor is. When we have to round over and our pelvis can do this, the pelvic floor muscles will relax. Now, good thing you already started this process of helping to relax the pelvic floor, because when we breathe, we have a diaphragm that sits here and a pelvic floor that sits here, and they move in unison. So as the diaphragm goes down, the pelvic floor goes down. And as the diaphragm comes up, the pelvic floor comes up. So a very simple cue I like to tell people when they're doing this slouching move, when they're breathing, think about you're inhaling through your butthole. So you don't hold on to a lot of tension in your butt as you're rounding over, because if you do, then you would just get this motion right here where everything dumps over. So, for example, if I'm holding a lot of tension in my pelvis and I'm trying to round over, you know, I look like this, versus if I have not a lot of tension here, I'm relaxed. It's gonna look a lot more smooth, versus a lot of tension. I might end up using too much movement in my spine to get this motion. And if you can imagine, as I'm slouching over, this is happening. My pelvis in the bottom is getting bigger as I go through. Now this is when we can really start to make a huge change in how someone feels in their back pain when they're doing this movement. So pause this video, give this another shot. This time, thinking about the way you breathe is breathing in through your butt, and tell me if that's giving you a change in the way that you feel in your back. And you can message this into the group.